Hey guys, this is Mistress Nightmare here. I'm so sorry I haven't been posting any new videos for the past couple of weeks. And I am really sorry about that. I have been busy with my new group of friends that we are currently working on a new series on here on YouTube, which has been airing for quite some time. I'm believing we are now going to episode 10 in this series. You're probably wondering what we're doing. Well, apparently I met a bunch of new friends on this virtual game called VR Chat, where I met them and we talked about our interests and everything. And this is how the group was formed. I'm an actor in the series called Bullshit and Snowden, which hopefully will be renamed soon in the near future. Anyway, I'm also going to be part in different projects with my friends on VR for other things. If you guys want to check that out, I'll leave a link to the channel down below. And if you guys wish, you could find me on VR Chat by using my former YouTuber name, which was Nightmare3464. Just look for that and you see me hanging around the virtual world known as Snowden. Come and meet us and join the crew if you wish. Anyway, today we'll be reading a one-shot story called Remember Me, written by X-Saviour-X. Before we get started, please hit that like button and comment. Subscribe to this channel if you guys want more creepypasta fanfictions out there. Until then, let's get started. I guess you can say it all began when I met a boy. I was only 7 at the time. He was 8. When he was attacked by bullies picking on me. He was strong even though he wasn't very big. I was totally in awe by him. He was my savior. I thanked the boy, even though I took a chance at complimenting his flowing brown shoulder hair, laying constantly with the brightness of his blue eyes. I remember we went to the swing and swung for hours afterwards. In the way communicating our new friendship. After that, no one picked on me again. I met his brother Lou, who was older by him by a year. Lou was cute in a way, jokingly with his younger brother and teasing him. I liked to be with them, and I always thought that always brought a smile to my face. They treated me like I was part of the family, a little sister, or at least Lou did, the boy who always treated me like a best friend. I was always happy either way. I was 10 when I began to notice the boy acting strange. It was out of nowhere, in a way. He was always seemed antisocial, almost like he didn't want anyone to be around him. He began to become angry with his family. Sometimes he snapped at me. Despite that, I stayed by his side, he was my friend. He was my best friend, and I wouldn't let him go. He always apologized and buy me ice cream afterwards. Lou, who would tease how it seems like we were a couple. I always got cherry red while the boy would become embarrassed and yell again. I was 12 when he left. He moved while I was staying away at my grandparents' house. I was sad when I saw the empty house. It was all gone. Everything was gone. The memories, the house away from home, feeling my best friend, all disappearing. I remember I didn't sob, but the tears or two fell as my stomach sunk, and I wonder, would I ever see him again? A family of 3 dead in their homes this morning. The news blared on my kitchen TV. I barely listened, but my friend Tara was interested as we pay attention, so I decided to do so as well. Many are certain that this is the same murderer who had taken out the Walsons by the police, who have nothing much to give for this information yet. So they have found more corpses. It seems so. Like more this time, I responded to my other companion, Sam. She nodded and watched again. While I was sipping, I slipped off my stool and headed towards the fridge. I opened to see if I had any milk, but to my dismay, I didn't see any. I will have to tell Mom when she comes home. Instead, I grabbed a bottle of orange juice. It seems the slasher might not be caught. It seems as body count he has gathered increased within the few weeks. There's more on this story at 11. Sam shut off the TV and sighed, laying her head on the counter. Tara took notes and the strange behavior of the clock. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm just thinking. She is in her only response. I sipped at my juice as I watched intently. Is it about the murders? Tara asked as she set her head in her palm. The redhead nodded and sat back up. I guess I'm kind of worried. I mean, look at this spree of killing are coming out. They're almost out every night after night, and it seems they're coming closer. What if one of our families is next? I blinked at what she said. Tara and I were both speechless at this point she was making. I guess we can see that she was coming from. These murders were growing out of control. It's almost like no one's going to catch this psychopath. What if one of us gets attacked? All our parents are out an adult-only vacation, so it's just the three of us that we're stuck to fend for ourselves. We have each other, yeah, but what if Sam was right? Sammy, you're just being paranoid, Tara said, her hand on the redhead's shoulders in a reassuring way, gently smiling. Sam blinked as she furrowed her brows in question manner. I'm sure we'll be okay. I mean, look at these murders. They are all around 3 or 4-ish people, almost all families. Sure, there's 3 of us, but we aren't exactly family. There's no way the killer would pick victims that doesn't seem... So we're perfectly safe. Yeah, but what if they decide to change it? Then we'll just kick his butt. All 3 of us together, they can't stand a chance. Tara winked and gave a thumbs up. She is so optimistic, but it seems certain they will be okay. Sam still seems concerned, but she still thinks it's going to ignore her gut feeling for Tara's sake. Me, I'm not sure how to feel. For some reason, my thoughts went back to that boy. I don't even remember his name. It was so long ago. How I remember his brother, but not him. It's very confusing. I just shook my head out of it, and all those years ago, I don't want to bring it back up. Hey, YN, are you okay? I blinked out of my thoughts and looked at the 2 who were watching me. I shook my head and chuckled sheepishly. Yeah, I'm okay. But am I? Night fell over the city. It was already around 8:35. Sam, Tara, and I were heading to dinner, just something quick, as we cruised in Tara's car. The radio was blaring. We chatted away. We pulled up to the drive-thru and discussed what we wanted to have in our order after waiting and paying. I wonder why it was taking so long. It was already 15 minutes. Tara sighed and looked at the building. I shrugged and looked through her phone for a song to play. Maybe they're having difficulties. Just be patient, I replied as I picked one and played it. It started as we go quiet and listen. It was the only sound that can be heard was Sam's tapping nervous notes. I noticed this, and I burrowed my eyebrows and stared at her odd behavior. She keeps looking outside into the darkness as if she was waiting for something. Sam, are you okay? I speak up, which makes her jump. She looks back at me from the passenger side. Her eyes widen as she gulped nervously. What? Yeah, I'm okay. Just a little bit on edge, I guessed. On edge? Why? Tara asked, cocking an eyebrow in concern. No reason, is all she said before turning away to watch outside again. I wonder it was because of earlier. She does seem more terrified of this killer. Maybe she's scared that we'll have some random attack. In a reassuring manner, I rested my hand on her shoulder, giving her a smile. She seems to calm down slightly, but I can still sense tension. All goes quiet again. besides the song, which comes to an end as we waited on the new one to start. It was silent until Kara goes up to speak, but she had heard a hard knock to meet at her window. We all jumped and looked at the worker holding the bag of food. Tara rolls down the window, and the man, as I noticed, handed her the food. "Here you go." I felt a chill run down my spine at his voice. It wasn't who we talked to, as his voice was a bit gruffer, deeper, but melodious in a weird way. He handed us an arm. All I can see was darkness besides the phone and the store are white like ghosts, which, concerning itself, I kindly seen the dark, messy hair cascading down his shoulders, and I think it was a trick of my mind. I couldn't see his face. It was all shadowed in darkness, and his outfit seemed dirty, red flakes lining it. He seemed strange. Not shy or friendly either, almost intimidating, strongly enough. Once Tara had the food, the man turned and back inside the building. In my curiosity, I watched him go through the back door, and he was gone. Tara seemed to have the thought as I am. She looked confused as well. Sam is different. She looked pale, looked scared. I almost wonder if she was breathing. Tara nudged her. "Sam, are you okay?" She blinked out of her trance and huffed out a breath. "Yeah, I think we should go now." Tara and I peered at each other and stayed quiet. Tara does so and begins to drive back to my place. While we were all leaving the parking lot, I peered back. I think I see something in the shadows, hiding itself, or maybe it's my mind, tricking me again. That encounter was different, though I'm not sure if it was a good way or not a bad way. We were all in the living room. Tara was fast asleep. Sam was reading, and I was thinking it around 12 a.m. I can feel myself growing sleepier, which every minute passes. I can't, though, with all that clouds my mind. I'm beginning to wonder on earlier at the drive-thru, who exactly was that strange man, and why did he seem so off? After Sam began acting strange, more panicky. She keeps looking around like she's about to get jumped at any moment. Tara seems a little weird as well. She keeps thinking and hearing things, and has even gone looking at a time or two with no luck. What gives her the chilling feeling? Maybe I'm thinking too much into this. I am paranoid right now because of what Sam said. I need to relax, close my eyes, go to sleep. I do such and shut my eyes. I lay in a comfortable position, and I feel my friends fall asleep, pulling me into its embrace, calming and easing my tension and nerves, relaxing my mind away from those weary thoughts. My vision fade. My body feels like it's falling, and my mind is swimming. I nearly jumped to my feet at the shriek of terror. I'm wide awake now. Tara is up already, nearly rushing to the front door, before Sam pulled her back. "Tara, stop. What's going on?" I shouted as I stand and glance at the door. Tara is fighting to get Sam off her, but my redhead companion wasn't letting up. "One of our neighbors next door, I think. They're getting attacked," she responded. Finally getting Tara to relax, I nearly letting go. I blinked at this before I think of where the noise was coming from. Sam was right. I'm going to call the police. Tara, go check around the house just in case. I don't even hear what she's saying. I rushed outside with my father's bat forward. The house was right in front of mine. Someone was in danger. They had children. We couldn't wait for the police to come. YN! Call the cops. I'm going to save whoever is hurt, I shouted before checking the front door, looking to see if it was locked. I didn't even wait as I broke the knob and pushed it inside. Almost regretting doing it. It was dark, like a horror movie. I barely made out anything but shook it off. Goosebumps as I heard another cry ring out. In my rush, I got upstairs where I heard the scream, and I looked around. My bat is at the ready and to meet the intruder skull. Mr. and Mrs. Clars? I said lightly as I stepped through the halls, glancing around. The moonlight is illuminating from the windows ahead, and I noticed a picture frame cracked. A side table was knocked over, the glass littered all over the floor around me. I gulped down the chills as I had to push forward, though very reluctantly. It was silent, besides my creaking steps. No screams, no bangs, no nothing. Maybe I was too late. If anyone is here, please show yourself. I almost smacked myself when I said please. What kind of enemy is going to respond to please? Nevertheless, I still got no response. So I decided to check the first room. Nothing but a bathroom. Next, a toy room. The third is what appeared to be the master bedroom. I glanced around in the shadowy room. I stepped forward inside. I almost gagged at the sight. The couple, the children, dead on the bed. Blood was everywhere. Their cheeks were cut into a smile. Their eyelids were gone. I ignored the rest and as I covered my mouth and went to go turn and run back to my place to tell what was going on and what I saw. But I ran into a chest. It was flat, so I recognized it was a male. The features, as I gasped at the new arrival, his appearance, all the same as the worker man, only now that his clothes were in a white hoodie, blood-stained, and black pants and sneakers. Now I can see his face, that same smile as the family, only less messy. His eyelids were all gone. Looks like they had been burned off his skin. His skin is white like his hand, and his hair was pitch black, past his shoulders and messy. His eyes were blue, bright and familiar, yet I had no idea where I've seen them before. He was just watching me, intently, I might add. I'm rooted to the spot, with my lip quivering for words to speak. All I can think is one thing. This killer is right in front of me. The murderer who had taken out a family after family, who else is standing before me in all his glory, and all I can do is stand there, speechless. He cocked his head. His smile seemed to grow as he stared at me, though. Well, 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 what do we have here? Did my trap work? Trap? What trap? I... Speak, YN. What? Cat got your tongue? Or you're just happy to see me? He chuckled, stepping forward. I tensely stepped back, trying to keep away from him. He noticed this and continued his slow, menacing walk towards me. While I countered his steps, to my dismay, I ran into what feels like a window. I gulped as he towered over me. He intensely stared. Of his eyes was unnerving, to say the least, and I wanted so badly to know what. I feel like I know those glass eyes. I squeezed my bat tightly. I forgot I had it now. I'm wondering if I might have a chance against this psycho. He chuckled and noticed my stiffness. You were always so brave, and yet you still are. You know that can get you killed, right? I blinked at his words. What the hell is he? Who is this guy? He seemed to pay attention to the way I responded by cocking an eyebrow. Ah, you don't have any idea what I'm talking about. I should have known you've forgotten. I furrowed my brows at this as he shakes his head, laughing, some unknown reason. I can only blink as goosebumps race up my arms. He is once more watching me. as he was before, I think, and smirks. I'm Jeff. Almost at that moment, I feel memories flood back, playing games from all those years ago. The brown-haired boy smiling at me and then disappeared as I blinked at the man. He noticed the revelation and looked happy as he held out his hand in a shaking manner while smirking. I think again. Remember me?